And good evening. Here we are again on a Monday. Juju Phillips and I. As you can tell, we're not outside, and there's a reason for that. There was like a wall of water came through, lasted about 3 minutes a minute ago, and I thought the roof was coming in. I didn't think the roof was on fire. I just thought the roof was coming in. And it didn't last just a minute or two, but it was, it was like somebody was just dumping it on the building.
And it was that way coming up here.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably ran through it.
Yeah, just different sheets.
That's all it is. It's just different sheets over and over and over. So, yeah. Thanks for being with us. Glad to have you here again on a Monday. This is a twofer. We got a twofer going on tonight. I'm missing a logo, and my set looks upside down crooked. I will give you a couple of little things here that was on my morning show earlier this morning. Do you know who's celebrating some birthdays today?
I do
Notable
not.
people. Notable people.
Give me a couple of clues.
Okay. Probably what I would think, if not the lead and most important character, the second most important character from Dynasty. You remember the TV show Dynasty?
Yeah. Male or female?
Female.
Female. Joan Collins.
89.
Oh, yeah.
89 today. I cannot believe that. And I'm pretty sure.
Who was John Forsythe's wife?
Linda Evans.
That was my other guess.
Yeah. But she's not 89.
No.
She
might be closer. She might be in her 80s.
She's got to be close to 80, yeah. I mean, she was a young adult in the Big Valley.
Yeah. That's going way back.
Yeah. Now, here's another one. The host of The Price is Right.
Bob Barker?
Currently.
The black comedian.
No, you're thinking Let's Make a Deal.
Oh, Let's Make a Deal. Price is Right. The guy from Cleveland, right, with the glasses.
Drew Carey. He is 64. He's close to our age.
Yeah, he is. You know, I don't know what's happening with me. I can give you the details on a person, but I can't give you the person's name.
All right, you're not going to know this one anyway, but I'm pretty sure that he played the character of Elgin the Painter. Do you remember the old Murphy Brown show?
I do remember.
Remember the guy that was she had a personal painter. He was always painting, not artist painting, but painting the walls in her apartment house condo.
I don't.
And his name was Elgin. Never knew a last name. Charles Kimbrough. I believe that's the part he played. I'm not exactly sure. One of the current hosts of Jeopardy that was the grand champion winner of all times, but that's been topped now.
I don't remember his name.
Ken Jennings.
Yeah, Ken Jennings.
Ken Jennings. He turns 70. I'm sorry, 70. 48. 48. And there was another comment here that said an 81-year-old Alabama woman just graduated from college. Good luck getting her to pay all her student loan money back.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that, and then I mentioned our preacher was talking about in church. You know who Anthony Andrews is?
I do not.
Anthony Andrews is the black guy from Blackish and Law and Order.
Yeah. Okay.
He left school as a junior, and I don't remember the college, small college, but his son graduated, and he went back to school, and they graduated together 30 years after he left.
That's
which is
pretty
cool.
Neat. Yeah.
I thought that was pretty neat. Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. Let's see. What else do I have in the way of sports? What you got?
I mentioned it a little bit earlier about the story I saw today on NFL.com about which teams have the most talent. You know, it's about acquiring talent and then developing it. So, and I hear you and Ford talking in the mornings about that quite a bit, and development is very important. But which teams have the best rosters? And they rank them, I guess, 1 through 32. I didn't see the list. I know you take a guess on who might be in the top 5. You can pull it up later, but you can probably pretty much guess
the top 5
teams that have the best rosters or the most
top
talent.
Top to bottom
on the
positions.
roster. Yep.
I would say the Rams.
They're not in the top 5.
Really?
I thought that too. At least the story that I saw or heard.
Chiefs?
Chiefs are in the top 5.
I I'm having to go through the teams in my mind.
Go AFC.
AFC?
AFC. Let's go to the AFC.
Raiders?
No. One's in the West. One's in the East.
Chargers?
Chargers is one.
Yeah, I like the Chargers for the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
And AFC East Colts. Not Colts, but the old Colts. The Ravens.
I don't think they made the top 5.
Okay.
The Buffalo Bills made the top 5.
I can believe that.
And I want to say
that was on NFL.com.
NFL.com.
Okay.
Something about I wrote down that I was driving and I heard them talking.
I see it
about
here.
Yep.
5 most complete
rosters.
Okay. The 5 most complete rosters at the top were the Bucks.
The Bucks were number 1. That's the one I kind of disagreed with.
The Chargers are number 2.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills are number 3. The Chiefs are number 4. And the Broncos are number 5. I can buy all that, especially with the addition of Russell Wilson at the Broncos.
Yeah, and their defense is pretty good.
Defense was good
but
already.
Tampa Bay, I thought they were pretty old. They got old. I know their offensive
Didn't say anything about old, but they've got the right players in the right positions, or undoubtedly got I
don't know again what the criteria is.
Yeah, the ones that just missed, the Bengals, the Browns, and the Rams. And Mark Ross does pretty good work.
Yeah. The Rams were the most surprising to me that they didn't make it.
They didn't make it.
They didn't make it. Now, Cincinnati, if you go back and look at the season last year, they caught fire towards the end, and they won the division. Oh, yeah. But, they were a 500 team going down the stretch. And then Cleveland, maybe they have a lot of talent, but they don't mesh for whatever reason. Part of it's quarterback, part of it's whatever.
Did they get there because of the addition of Deshaun Watson?
I don't know how you can say. Yeah,
I mean, because they had a pretty good
probably.
roster. They just didn't really have the quarterback they needed.
Yeah. I guess. They're just looking at the roster and not knowing whether or not he's going to play or not and how he's going to mesh with his teammates. It's going to be interesting the next couple of weeks. Most every team in the NFL now going through these off-season training. And, they're having – it's football in shorts, but they're developing the cohesion and the chemistry. They're going to classes and learning the plays and all that kind of thing that this is kind of where it all starts. And you're going to start to see some of these teams that have quarterback battles like the Steelers and maybe the Browns, whether or not who's going to be the backup if Watson gets suspended for a while. I think this between now and I guess the end of June, I think the next 5 weeks were going to be very important for team development for the NFL teams. Now, as to do they have the other rosters?
No.
Just the top 5.
Just the top 5 and the 3 that
could tell you who's going to be at the bottom 5 without probably the Panthers will be right down there at the bottom. Here's one that's surprising stuff I've read is the Patriots are near the bottom in talent.
I would think that Seattle is too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Minnesota's not bad. Green Bay, the Colts, the Ravens. I would think the Giants should be down near the bottom. I would think the Jets are ahead of the Giants.
Probably. Falcons maybe.
Dolphins.
Yeah, probably.
Saints, I'm not sure of because you still got, crab legs doing the quarterbacking. The Texans.
I'm thinking the Panthers are right down near the bottom.
Yeah, they got
bottom 5.
I don't know if you saw this, and I just happened to see it when I pulled this up. The questions about Dwayne Haskins.
Oh, yeah. I heard that coming in,
Dwayne Haskins was legally drunk at the time of his death at 5:30 in the morning, which means he probably had not been to bed.
No.
According to toxicology, he was legally drunk when he was hit by the dump truck. According to the toxicology report, 2 separate samples taken from his body had blood alcohol levels of 0.20 and 0.24.
Ooh.
0.08. That's 3 times the legal limit.
Yeah.
0.08, which is pretty well standard. That's what it is in Florida. That's pretty well everywhere. He tested positive for ketamine and norcamine, drugs that are used by medical professionals as anesthetics, but they also have been known to be used recreationally.
Wow. I know there was no criticism
Now,
when all this came out.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Shut up. Go ahead.
Wait a minute. Hang on. This is something else that was just released. This is the first time I've read or heard this. When his car was found on the side of the road, there was a female companion in the vehicle.
Oh, God. Oh, my. Man.
And she was one that told the Florida Highway Patrol that Haskins had left the vehicle to try and find gas. The woman's relationship to Haskins was not known, according to the report.
And when all this came out, the first couple of weeks, I know that's, and there were some strange things about the fact, too, when his funeral happened. Some of his family did not attend. You kind of wonder why. But when all this came out, you didn't hear any criticism about he was a great teammate, showed up always on time. He wanted to become a better football player. And maybe that is the way the NFL is now. You don't want to criticize anybody publicly, but you don't go out of your way to help them, which is concerning.
You should have just kind of waited and let everything kind of play out. It said that according to the investigation report, a Steelers official told the medical examiner's office that the night before his death, Haskins went to dinner with a friend or a cousin whose name was Joey, then later went to a nightclub, possibly in Miami. They drank heavily, and at some point they got into a fight. Okay? Man. The report concludes that Haskins was improperly in the roadway. The driver of the dump truck wasn't found to have taken any action that contributed to the accident. Based on the judgment of the investigation officer, he was struck by a second car traveling beside the dump truck that took evasive maneuvers to avoid him, but partially hit him on its right side, undercarriage.
Man.
I told you, and I'm not.
Again, if you're with your teammates and working out down in South Florida,
it's okay to unwind.
Yeah, get somebody to drive.
I know.
You.
Well, if he had a woman with him, why wasn't she driving? Jack Huss said, "Done with Coward for a while. NBA and killing Baker Mayfield and Lincoln Riley. Take a break from him." Come on, Jack. Come on, man. Paul, good to hear from you, bud. I wasn't sure if you was on your way to the motherland. No way, second-year Mac Jones, look out. Talking about Mac Jones at the Patriots.
And who's his quarterback coach and offensive coordinator right now? Doesn't have one.
I know. Well, he's got Bill. Bill just sprinkled some fairy dust on him.
That was the first thing they asked him this week is who's going to be your coordinator, and he said, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
Defensive coordinator, I think they have co-defensive coordinators, is Bill's son and Jared Mayo, who is a former linebacker for the Patriots.
Yeah.
They're co-coordinators.
Yeah. Bill feels from within usually.
Yeah.
Or tries to. Yeah. Jack said he's Riley's press agent. I like him, but give it a rest. Andrew said, so now do we owe Adam Schefter an apology because he was correct in his original assumption?
Probably. Somebody does.
Paul says, come on, man. Bill likes secrecy. He don't like to share. Oh, and Paul, my machine's working, my friend. I still got a few tweaks and adjustments to make it do hats, but I have done some T112s, some Richardson 112s, and done visors, buckets, and flats. So Paul's my man. He come to help get my embroidery machine straightened out. And the stuff you did looks really good too. Let me take a break, and then when we come back, we'll continue the discussion. Got
a quick guest later on?
We got a quick guest at what time?
6:30-ish.
6:30-ish.
Frank Pate.
Oh, I thought it was Bill Belichick.
Frank Pate, Caldwell Community College baseball coach. He's got his team in the World Series.
Junior College World Series.
For the first time ever.
Yep.
He's built 3 programs in the area, all 3 colleges.
Where was he before CVCC?
He was at LR.
Okay.
Took the team to the last playoffs.
So LR to CVCC and then to Caldwell.
Correct.
Wow. Okay, we'll have him on at 6:30. Take a break. We'll be back in a moment.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, Saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit MooneyInsurance.com.
Times convenience stores are more than convenient. They're your neighborhood store, your store. With locations in Lincoln, Catawba, Gaston, Iredell, and Mecklenburg counties, there's one near you. Times convenience stores have the right items at the right price, from snacks, cold drinks, and light meals from the grill, and there's always a special to save you time and money. Times has what you need. Times convenience stores, there's one near you. Regardless of where you're going, there's one on your way. Remember, there's always time to stop by Times. Have you thought about when you would like to retire? One of your major assets is planning for retirement is time, and you lose a little of it each day. The longer you wait to start accumulating capital for retirement, the harder it's going to be. How should you plan for retirement? Start by calculating approximately how much capital you will need at retirement, then estimate how much you will have to put away each year. Finally, carefully choose the investments in which you will invest. Stifel Nicholas can assist you. Call Ford Rembert today at 828-624-7300. Stifel Nicholas, member SIPC, and the New York Stock Exchange. First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily, or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
Covenant Church began as a vision of just over 100 people in 1984. Since then, Covenant Church has grown and currently located at 2168 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The Sunday schedule includes early morning worship at 8:30, Sunday school at 9:45, and morning worship at 10:45. Their ministries extend beyond Sunday. Visit their website at www.covenantchurch.church to see all they have to offer, and better yet, stop by and see for yourself. Covenant Church may be just what you're looking for a new church home.
If you ask around, you'll find Burke Mortuary has a reputation for excellence and commitment to value. They've built a reputation of trust for more than 35 years. Burke Mortuary is proud to offer personal attention, meaningful tributes, and the area's most affordable prices. They're also proud to offer you beautiful, state-of-the-art facilities. It's the perfect place to honor your loved one. So when choosing a funeral home, the choice is easy. Choose Burke Mortuary with locations in Maiden and Newton.
In the best of times, no one is more deserving of every opportunity, encouragement, and support than the youth in our communities. Parents, teachers, coaches, and sponsors struggle to stretch their budgets to continue help. Communities need a team effort. Times Oil Corporation, a longtime member of the community, established the Times Educational Alliance Mission, or Team Foundation. Since 2011, over $125,000 in grants have been donated in the community. Times Oil and the Team Foundation are proud to be community partners.
Can you tell I'm getting better at my equipment? That was almost smooth how I did that. Frank Pate going to join us in less than 10 minutes. We'll talk a little Caldwell Community Baseball. Baseball is booming in this area, really on all levels.
Yeah.
Of course, Lenore Ryan was eliminated this weekend. You got a little
Yeah, they got eliminated in the regional finals by North Greenville University, and North Greenville was the number 1 seed, and the Bears is the best out of 2 out of 3. Bears won the opener behind Bandy's product, Andrew Patrick, and they were in the driver's seat. And this was on a Friday, I guess Friday at noon. They won the opener. They had to turn around and play again the late game. And North Greenville came back and won. setting up the winner-take-all game on Saturday, and the Bears they were not nearly at their best. They committed a bunch of errors, half a dozen errors, a bunch of walks, and they got beat. I can't remember the score, 12-4, 12-3.
And I imagine North Greenville's been there before.
They have been very good. They've never made it to. I don't think they've ever made it to a College World Series. And I don't know who they're playing in the Super Regionals, but yeah, they've been in the playoffs before. The veteran team, their manager or their coach is a former major leaguer, played at South Carolina, and they got a boatload of Division I transfers. They got 15 guys on the baseball team that just Division I alone, and they have a bunch of other guys that are junior college transfers. So they've loaded up a veteran unit, and they simply – I think they had a little bit more depth than LR did. Their pitching showed, especially in the later games, and that's the advantage when you're number one seed. We'll see it in the college baseball playoffs in Division I, Lanny. We'll see that the teams that are the higher seeds, they set their pitching up. LR had to come out with their number. They played one extra game, so they had to burn their first, second, and third starters. And in that final game, the winner-take-all game, Bears had to go with the bullpen and guys that had not pitched as much on the line, whereas I believe North Greenville had their third starter. So they're one of the weekend starters. So that was the big advantage for them. Even though LR won the opener, they were kind of operating from behind after that.
Being pushed to that
Yeah.
extra game.
Yes.
And Lenore Ryan doesn't have the depth at pitching, or were they just out, or
I don't know if they
reaching for some?
They were reaching for some. I don't think they had their depth did not match from what I saw, at least on the starting pitching side, that maybe North Greenville did. And then North Greenville turned around, and because they were the number one seed, they played the loser that first game. LR won. They had to play UNC Pembroke. Mm-hmm. So instead of throwing one of their top pitchers, they threw one of their weekday pitchers, and they ended up winning that game anyway. And so they were lined up. They had their first, second, and third starters all lined up to go when they started playing LR in the best of three.
Amazing. It's amazing. Even we talk about it all the time in high school. You got to have 2 or 3 studs in high school if you're going deep that can pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't have one.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how that kind of transitions on up into the college ranks as well. Now, I made the statement before, and I think it was on a show when me and Ford were talking about it, and I'm trying to remember the guy's first name was Lauren. He was a longtime baseball coach at Charlotte, and I did a few ball games for them when we covered them on ESPN, and their roster was like 2/3 pitchers. The majority of the players that were on the roster, just a whole ton of pitchers on the roster.
I don't know about the Division I, Division II level. There's got to be 50 guys on the team.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many of those guys are red shirts and how many of them play. I think Coach Ramirez stuck with pretty much his regular guys normally, what he gets. But it was a case, if you looked at the brackets this year, Lanny, a team that won 40, however many games, LR ended up winning 46. Mm-hmm. They had won 44, I believe, when they started the regionals, 44, 45, whatever it was. Normally, that'll get you a top seed. This year, though, the regional was stacked. You had North Greenville had won over 48 games. You had almost 50. You had Wingate was the next seed. They had won a bunch of games. And then you have LR as the 4th seed out of the 7 teams in the region, 46 or 44 wins. That'll get you a top seed under normal circumstances. But this year, for whatever reason, there were some really good teams in this region.
Lauren Hibbs was who I was trying to think.
Okay.
And he was there from 93 to 19. Long-time coach at Charlotte. Played at Wichita State. And he was on the all-tournament team in the 82 College World Series and set the NCAA record for runs in a season. He played a short time for the Giants farm system, appearing in 39 games for the Everett Giants in 1984. Was an assistant from 85 to 92 at Wichita State, and then came to Charlotte. Back at Wichita State as the baseball director of operations. But just a super guy. But he had a ton of pictures. His overall head coaching mark is 818 and 682 and 5.
That's pretty good.
That's
800 wins.
That many years.
Yeah.
And have a pretty good winning record like that. Yeah.
Not as much as the coach at Florida State who just retired last year, the Martin guy.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Mikey.
Mike Martin, I believe his name was.
Sounds right.
Yeah. I mean, he was the all-time winningest coach. And he had I want to say he had connections. He had a connection to – it all goes back – I think maybe we'll ask Frank in a couple of minutes. It goes back to Wingate.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Martin either played for Wingate or something before he went to Florida State. And the next coach at Wingate was a guy named Ron Christopher, longtime coach at Wingate, who I think Frank played for. And, Frank has had a lot of success. And other players at Wingate have gone on to have great success in college baseball.
Let me take a break. Frank Pate up next.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit MooneyInsurance.com.
Times convenience stores are more than convenient. They're your neighborhood store, your store. With locations in Lincoln, Catawba, Gaston, Iredell, and Mecklenburg counties, there's one near you. Times convenience stores have the right items at the right price, from snacks, cold drinks, and light meals from the grill, and there's always a special to save you time and money. Times has what you need. Times convenience stores, there's one near you. Regardless of where you're going, there's one on your way. Remember, there's always time to stop by Times. Have you thought about when you would like to retire? One of your major assets is planning for retirement is time, and you lose a little of it each day. The longer you wait to start accumulating capital for retirement, the harder it's going to be. How should you plan for retirement? Start by calculating approximately how much capital you will need at retirement, then estimate how much you will have to put away each year. Finally, carefully choose the investments in which you will invest. Stiefel Nicholas can assist you. Call Fort Rembert today at 828-624-7300. Stiefel Nicholas, member SIPC, and the New York Stock Exchange. First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily, or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
Covenant Church began as a vision of just over 100 people in 1984. Since then, Covenant Church has grown and currently located at 2168 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The Sunday schedule includes early morning worship at 8:30, Sunday school at 9:45, and morning worship at 10:45. Their ministries extend beyond Sunday. Visit their website at www.covenantchurch.church to see all they have to offer, and better yet, stop by and see for yourself. Covenant Church may be just what you're looking for a new church home.
If you ask around, you'll find Burke Mortuary has a reputation for excellence and commitment to value. They've built a reputation of trust for more than 35 years. Burke Mortuary is proud to offer personal attention, meaningful tributes, and the area's most affordable prices. They're also proud to offer you beautiful, state-of-the-art facilities. It's the perfect place to honor your loved one. So when choosing a funeral home, the choice is easy. Choose Burke Mortuary with locations in Maiden and Newton.
In the best of times, no one is more deserving of every opportunity, encouragement, and support than the youth in our communities. Parents, teachers, coaches, and sponsors struggle to stretch their budgets to continue help. Communities need a team effort. Times Oil Corporation, a longtime member of the community, established the Times Educational Alliance Mission, or Team Foundation. Since 2011, over $125,000 in grants have been donated in the community. Times Oil and the Team Foundation are proud to be community partners.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Call Mooney Insurance in Maiden or East Lincoln Insurance in Denver or visit MooneyInsurance.com.
Times convenience stores are more than convenient. They're your neighborhood store, your store. With locations in Lincoln, Catawba, Gaston, Iredell, and Mecklenburg counties, there's one near you. Times convenience stores have the right items at the right price, from snacks, cold drinks, and light meals from the grill, and there's always a special to save you time and money. Times has what you need. Times convenience stores, there's one near you. Regardless of where you're going, there's one on your way. Remember, there's always time to stop by Times. Have you thought about when you would like to retire? One of your major assets is planning for retirement is time, and you lose a little of it each day. The longer you wait to start accumulating capital for retirement, the harder it's going to be. How should you plan for retirement? Start by calculating approximately how much capital you will need at retirement, then estimate how much you will have to put away each year. Finally, carefully choose the investments in which you will invest. Stifel Nicholas can assist you. Call Ford Rembert today at 828-624-7300. Stifel Nicholas, member SIPC, and the New York Stock Exchange. First Federal Savings Bank has been serving Lincoln County since 1940. And as it has been from the beginning, customer service is a priority to First Federal Savings Bank. They want to get to know you by name. First Federal Savings Bank has the convenience, the products, and the services that the larger banks have, but with hometown people that you see throughout your community. Stop in and visit one of their 4 convenient locations and see what First Federal Savings Bank has to offer you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Whether it's a sit-down meal or a call-in for the drive-thru, Brookwood Cafe and Catering is the answer. A variety of meats, vegetables, and desserts cooked daily, or a hot sandwich from the grill, they have what you're looking for to satisfy your taste buds. If you need catering from 5 to 500, Brookwood has you covered as well. Stop by Brookwood Cafe and Catering at 202 Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Don't forget breakfast daily till 11 a.m. Open Tuesday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., Wednesday through Saturday 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., and Sunday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call 828-428-8944 to place your order today.
Covenant Church began as a vision of just over 100 people in 1984. Since then, Covenant Church has grown and currently located at 2168 Gastonia Highway in Lincoln. The Sunday schedule includes early morning worship at 8:30, Sunday school at 9:45, and morning worship at 10:45. Their ministries extend beyond Sunday. Visit their website at www.covenantchurch.church to see all they have to offer, and better yet, stop by and see for yourself. Covenant Church may be just what you're looking for a new church home.
If you ask around, you'll find Burke Mortuary has a reputation for excellence and commitment to value. They've built a reputation of trust for more than 35 years. Burke Mortuary is proud to offer personal attention, meaningful tributes, and the area's most affordable prices. They're also proud to offer you beautiful, state-of-the-art facilities. It's the perfect place to honor your loved one. So when choosing a funeral home, the choice is easy. Choose Burke Mortuary with locations in Maiden and Newton.
In the best of times, no one is more deserving of every opportunity, encouragement, and support than the youth in our communities. Parents, teachers, coaches, and sponsors struggle to stretch their budgets to continue help. Communities need a team effort. Times Oil Corporation, a longtime member of the community, established the Times Educational Alliance Mission, or Team Foundation. Since 2011, over $125,000 in grants have been donated in the community. Times Oil and the Team Foundation are proud to be community partners.
And welcome back. There we go. Just had to turn it up just a little bit. Had to make some magical adjustments there for just a moment, but we've got it worked out, and we'll head straight over to the phone. Coach, thanks for joining us, Coach Frank Pate.
Hey, great to talk to you guys, Mr. Ford, Mr. Phillips. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you taking the time to join us. Now, tell us about your journey. We've had you on before, but tell us about your journey. Juju says you go all the way back to Wingate, and you've had some successful programs along the way, Lenore Ryan and CVCC, and now at Caldwell.
Well, it's kind of nice. I've been lucky to have 3 coaching jobs at Lenore Ryan, head coaching jobs, Lenore Ryan, Caldwell Valley Community Colleges, and Caldwell Community College. And the thing about it is, never had to move. So I've been lucky enough to be within a 10-mile radius at 3 great programs and be a part of them. So it's been kind of cool. And, Catawba Valley, we started it there, and I was there for 5 years. And then here at Caldwell, this is year 3. So far, so good. I've been lucky that people still want me to coach and be a part of the program. So far, like I said, it's been a good little run.
Hey, Frank, congratulations on your team getting to the Junior College World Series. If you could, compare the challenges of building a program at the Division II level and then the junior college level, both at CVCC and now at Caldwell.
I think that this, for me, is the fun of, and it is a challenge, but it's really neat to everything from logo to uniforms to field to equipment to starting it from scratch is really a nice little challenge and a fun little thing to do. And as you know, Juju, sports as good as anybody. It's all about recruiting. And if you can recruit the right guys that are good kids that are competitors and can play the game a little bit and buy in. And, a lot of people use that word culture, philosophy, system, whatever it is you want to call it. But if they'll buy in a little bit, play for each other instead of themselves, you can have some success. And that's kind of what's happened at both those places. But it's all about recruiting. And I'm going to tell you, this area for baseball right now is a pretty good area, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. How'd you get your team to get to the World Series? What happened this year to get it turned in the right direction to now your team is playing for the World Series?
I think the biggest thing was last year we won the league and went into the regional tournament and really thought we went through the league undefeated. And I felt like they thought and I thought that we'd go in and play well in the tournament and take that next step to the district in the World Series. And we got upset on Sunday. We lost 2 games. And I think that the losing, failure and adversity sometimes is the greatest teacher. At the moment, you don't realize it. But this year, these guys came back basically the same team, a year older, a year more mature, and had experienced some failure. And what they did was took that failure and used it and put a little chip on their shoulder and used it as fire. And since August 15th, we've talked about it. And so we ran through the league. These guys did really, really well and then won the tournament and got the opportunity to move on to the districts in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So for me, the turning point was guys being another year older, sticking around. And the second thing was losing last year in the regional finals. I think that kind of set us up for the success we're having this year.
You guys won a lot of games in the row this year, didn't you? And ranked number 1 of the country at one point.
I looked at we're I think ranked number 1 right now. I looked at my wife the other night and just said, this is incredible. We've won 42 or 3 out of 42 out of 43. And probably 24, 26 in a row. I don't keep up with it probably as good as I should. I just worry about today. But I'm telling you, it's been a crazy ride and one in which I've enjoyed. I told somebody the other day, Juju, that this time of year they decide how they want it to go. I drive the bus, throw BP, and hit ground balls and stay the heck out of their way.
Now, I can understand it, but I think you do just a little bit more than that. Some people would think you were a glutton for punishment to start programs from scratch. That's a little tough, but you've kind of been able to do that. Sometimes I know in hiring salespeople over the years, I've always said I'll take somebody that doesn't know how to sell, but they got the skills that I need, and let me mold them into what I want instead of trying to break all their bad habits.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. I've been fortunate enough. Number one, I was handed a very good program by John Hamilton at Lenore Ryan. So I know what that's like to get that opportunity to to take a good program and run with it. But then also, like you said, to be able to start a couple is kind of neat. The only way you can go is up. You can't go down. So in some ways, it's a fun little challenge, and it gives you an opportunity to put your stamp on the program, hopefully set it up so that the next guy who comes in is going to be successful, and you've done the probably I won't say the dirty work, but some of the early grunt work, and then they can run with it. And I think that's the fun part for me, handing it over to somebody eventually and letting them continue what we've done and what these young men have done.
What do you know about the World Series coming up? You're going to go to a place and play it at a place you're familiar with, right, on the campus of Tusculum. That's where the World Series is being held this year, right?
One of the tournament directors is my old friend Doug Jones, who was at Tusculum, and so I'm looking forward to seeing him. It's a beautiful ballpark and a beautiful area. It's really, really a fun place to play. So it'll bring back some good memories there. I was looking today at all the teams that got in, and 4 or 5 northern teams, a team from Illinois, a team from Texas, and a team from us. So really a lot of unknown. But I think our team plays better when we don't know our opponent. And I think that's been something we've kind of risen to. And the better the opponent, the better we've played. So I'm hoping that's the case, because this is the elite of the elite. We're going to find out where we fit in with these guys. But I know they're going to welcome the challenge.
Talking with Coach Frank Pake at Caldwell, I still call it Caldwell Tech, but it's Caldwell Community College and Technical Institute, CCC and TI.
The Cobras.
Yeah. Can you explain the difference between the divisions 1, 2, and 3 in National Junior College Athletic Association?
I wish I could. We play them all. We played 20 games versus 20 of our whatever games have been played against Division I and Division II opponents. We're 13-7 against them. The reason I know all this is we had to do it for the seeding form the other day for the World Series, and then I think we're 23-0 versus Division III. So for us, there is a difference. It may be money, it may be housing with Division I, it may be facilities, gear, money, all that type of stuff, and everyone's a little bit different. But for me, we play most of our games out of Division III. So like Lewisburg and Spartanburg, they have housing and the cafeteria. There may be some other things. Division II all have scholarships. Most of them, not all. Division I have scholarships. Division III does not. But listen, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, our men's basketball is Division I with no scholarships, and they went to the national tournament this year. So I think we looked the other day. Our 3 athletic teams are 104-26 this year.
Wow.
In terms of won losses, and that's just a testament to our support that we get, our athletic director, Jeff Link, and the other 2 coaches that I get to sit in the office with. So it's pretty cool right now. We're enjoying the ride.
Coach, you have any superstitions this time of the year?
Don't listen. That's a great point, Juju. I told somebody that I'm not very smart, but I've been fortunate enough to do this a couple of times, and the one thing that I do is don't change a thing. We don't put in any different bunt defenses. We don't run practices any different. We try to keep it as normal as we can, and get on the bus, ride, and play, and enjoy the time that we're with them. We've spent a lot of time on the road in hotels with meal money, and I told my wife the only thing I'm looking forward to about this season being over is one thing, is maybe get back to eating healthy. I think I've put on 15 pounds, but it's been a fun 15 pounds. I've eaten a lot of Bojangles, I can tell you that right now.
Somebody has to.
Somebody has to.
Yes.
Hey, Coach, while we have you, I think it's probably okay to mention it publicly, and I think I told you last week, one of your former players at LR has been inducted, or will be inducted, has been elected into the LR Sports Hall of Fame. William Combs from this area, grew up in Statesville, part of that championship team you had back in 2000, 2001. Talk about William, what he meant to the program back then, and what kind of player he was.
Listen, let's think about it. William was a key guy defensively, offensively, leader-wise, of a team that did something, I think, Juju, that had never been done before, or had been 50 years. We won back-to-back, or they won. I was just a part of it. Those guys won back-to-back conference tournaments and then won the regular season conference tournament and went to the regionals. And until this year's great Lenore-Ryan team, that had never been done before, I don't think. And William set I think it was the fielding percentage, the best fielding percentage for a first baseman or anyone in Division II baseball. And he could pick it, run. We were really, really excited when we won the recruiting battle for him, and were surprised when we did. And he had a great career, and it's a very deserving honor. I couldn't be any more happy for anybody than I am for William. He was a big part of that team's success.
As I recall back then, during that time, during the football side of it, they didn't have a very good football program, and I think William was a pretty good quarterback at Statesville, if I recall.
I think because he was a great quarterback, probably could have played college football, but I'm sure he was tired of getting hit, and he decided to pick baseball and didn't get hit quite as much. So I think that had a big part to do with it. But you're right, great quarterback, great athlete.
Coach Frank Pate, with now when you guys start, when's the tournament start? Saturday?
Yes, sir. We leave Friday morning, go up there, practice, team pictures, and then we'll find out tomorrow at 10 o'clock what our seeding is, and then that dictates when we play. So we'll start playing Saturday and can play until Wednesday, which is when I hope we're finished about then.
I wasn't going to bring that up, but I had pulled up the bracket, and it was blank. And I knew the dates. I knew you started on Saturday. I knew championship was on Wednesday. And I'm like, but where are the teams? How do you know? So seeding has not been done yet.
No, sir. They just we actually had an early tournament. Many of the tournaments did not finish until this weekend, and then they have to do an at-large tournament. I mean, at-large bid also. So they're doing all that probably today. And then 10 o'clock tomorrow on NJCAA TV, I think they do a quick little selection show. So we'll know by the time we get I'd say with this rain, we'll be practicing indoors tomorrow, guys. So by the time we go indoors tomorrow, we'll know when we're playing and who we're playing, and start trying to get a little bit of information on them. But this time of year, the scouting reports are good, and the statistics on other teams is fine. But y'all both know that if we play well, that's going to be the big thing. So it's going to be interesting to be on that stage and get the opportunity to play a little bit.
And you know, I didn't know this. Just kind of surfing through, trying to find some stuff about the World Series and everything. And Juju may have known it. I'm sure you do. I didn't realize that the National Junior College Athletic Association was in Charlotte. It was headquartered in Charlotte.
I didn't know that. No.
On J.M. Cain's Drive, which is up near UNCC, correct?
Yeah, Dr. Chris Parker, who started out as a baseball coach at Patrick Henry when I was at CBCC, got in administration, kept moving up, and became the president, and they were in Colorado. So I'm sure he had something to do with it. He's from this area, and he moved about a year and a half to got the national headquarters moved to Charlotte, and he actually showed up to one of our scrimmage games this fall against Gaston. So yeah, Dr. Parker was not only a good president, he was a heck of a baseball coach.
You know, I think one of the things that's happened here locally, especially with the sports, and of course you guys have been in 3 years?
Yes, sir.
You've been in it 3 years. Gaston's just a year under their belt. Of course, CVCC's had it for a little while. But you're seeing more of the community colleges are starting up programs with softball, baseball, volleyball, basketball. You're starting to see it, and it's a great avenue for local talent to be able to stay at home and continue playing.
Listen, we were looking at that. Gaston won over 40 games this year.
Yeah.
We won over 40 games this year. CVCC was one game from the World Series. Lenore-Ryan was one game from a super regional. But, you know, in terms of the community colleges, it turns out people don't realize this. They think that our sports are funded by the state money. There's not. It's funded by bookstore money, student fees. So actually, the state funds no athletics. So it's a great way to bring more people into your school, increase your enrollment, and also increase some interest with who was it, Juju? Was it always Neil McGay? He said that athletics is the doorstep or front step of your school, right?
Yeah, the front porch.
Yeah, and so I think it's the same way on every level, and it creates a lot of interest. And I think that I hope everybody has one in community college level, so that kids will have a better chance and opportunity to play. It's been proven it can be done well, and you can win. So hopefully they'll continue to. We're getting surrounded though. Cleveland's doing it. Jackson's doing it. So I've heard rumors Wilkes may go back and do it again. So it's going to be interesting in terms of the recruiting battle.
Well, the thing of it is, you've got a lot of pretty good facilities around. You don't really have to have your own facilities. You've got places that you can kind of play, and that makes it a little easier.
Well, we love little old Walker Stadium where we play, 72 years old, named after Rube Walker, middle of downtown Lenoir. You can't beat the atmosphere there. CVCC took the Legion Field and has renovated it.
At the fairgrounds.
Great places to play. Gaston took Sims Park, renovated it. So they're taking existing places and improving them, and letting guys come in and get the opportunity to play a little bit. Another thing is most junior college guys, you're going to come in and have 18, 19, 20-year-olds. And if you go to a 4-year school, you may be competing for a starting position with a 23-year-old redshirt freshman, redshirt senior who's a man. And there's a big difference there.
I'm going to give you I popped in here just for your knowledge. Based out of Hutchinson, Kansas since 1968, relocated to Colorado Springs in 85, then moved to Charlotte in 2018, did the junior college. And then the breakdown, here you go. Division I may offer full athletic scholarships totaling a maximum of tuition fees, room and board, course-related books, and up to $250 in course-required supplies and transportation cost one time per academic year to and from college by direct route. That's Division I. Division II are limited to awarding tuition, fees, course-related books, up to $250 course-related supplies. And Division III institutions may provide no athletically related financial assistance. However, you can choose to play in any division you want to, even if you don't offer scholarships. So if you were a school that didn't offer anything, you could still say, well, we want to play in Division I, and you can. They'll let you do that.
Just like our basketball team, what they did was remarkable. Listen, at our place, men's basketball's Division I, softball's Division II, and baseball's Division III. So even at one place, you've got that. So I think softball's going Division III. I think eventually we as a baseball team will move up to D2 or D1, and basketball will stay D1. I just think that you're at different phases in terms of your
maturity.
Progress. And our men's basketball started as D3. And moved up. I think you just have to make those moves at the right time.
I think you're right. Coach Frank Pate, we appreciate your time,
Thanks,
sir.
Buddy.
Best of luck this weekend. Hopefully we can get a chance to talk with you next week.
Guys, I hope we are talking for the right reason next week. I can't thank you enough, and y'all made my day. Have a great night.
Thank you, sir.
Man.
We
Thank
appreciate it. That's Coach Frank Pate, Caldwell Community College. I was just able to get into those numbers. I dropped into that quick because I wanted to know. I mean, I've seen it before when we talked about it, and I couldn't figure out why. I think
was it off there with Four or somebody?
Yeah, we was trying to figure out
what's next.
What was the way it worked? Yeah,
which school or which schools around here are going to start a junior college football program?
I don't know what the closest other competitors are.
I know. I say
that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would. It's so much. I don't want to say easier, but from a logistics and an expense standpoint, and the number of athletes required to do some of these other sports.
Yeah.
I had Sean Fountain on from CVCC.
Yes.
They started cross country, and I want to say a couple of these schools play soccer, don't they?
Yeah.
And so, you've got soccer and lacrosse and all these sports that you can start adding on.
Male and female, you're right.
Yes, and that happened when I was on that page in 1975. Title IX came along.
Yeah,
they were male only until 1975.
Mm-hmm. Well, Title IX was a couple of years earlier, but I guess once all the legislation came through, things passed. But yeah,
and if you want to know by the number, there are 525 schools in 24 regions.
Okay.
That make up the National Junior College Athletic Association. Been around since 1938. I think it's a great thing. I really do. I think anytime you can give kids an opportunity to continue their education and participate in sports, what can you find wrong with that?
How many people do you know at our age that would say, hey, We'll give you another extra year of eligibility. Would you want to play?
Mm-hmm.
Or how many would say or ask, I wish I had played. I'd wish I had played another year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is, like you said, it's a great opportunity to still, you see it in the pros all the time. It's the professionals, you have to tear the uniform off of them before they retire.
Yeah, they don't quit.
They don't quit. Mm-hmm. And you have some kids that just still want to play.
And I'm looking, I wish I could find, it says there's a relatively small number of schools fielding teams, and most of it is Midwest. There's nothing in this area that offers football. I played with some kids in the Shrine Bowl, one in particular that went to Kansas to a junior college.
Yeah.
Because it couldn't get in, and that's kind of what they did.
There's a couple of ones. There are a lot of them in the Midwest, in the far South, in like Mississippi.
The Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference includes schools only in Kansas.
Hutchinson.
Midwest Football Conference, that's Iowa, Northern Illinois, North Dakota, that area. Minnesota, North Dakota.
California.
Mississippi Association.
Yeah.
Louisiana. The JC, Northeast JC Football Conference, that's in New York, Lower New York, New York City, Long Island, and a little bit of Pennsylvania. The Southwest Junior, which is Texas, Northeast Oklahoma, and the Western States, Arizona, Utah, Idaho. And then there are some independent schools. There's one in Lewisburg, North Carolina.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is in Lewisburg. Lewisburg, near Raleigh? Down east, it's down east, isn't it?
It
Lewisburg?
It's north of Raleigh, maybe. Close to the border.
I can't remember.
They don't have a football program, do they?
Yes.
Okay.
They're an independent football program.
Well, they need to add a few more, maybe down the road.
Let's see, Lewisburg, Franklin County. No, that would be.
That's down east.
Yep, that's 29 miles northeast of Raleigh.
Okay.
And 31 miles south of the Virginia border.
I said north of Raleigh.
Yeah, I know. I don't know
close.
what I'm talking about. It's named after King Louis the Sixth. Lewisburg College.
Oh, yeah.
The oldest two-year coeducational college in the United States. Did you know that?
Did not know that.
You did not know
you
that.
are something else.
I am just spinning it here today. It opened in 1815.
We were talking earlier, and over the last couple of days, been posting stuff about the Catawba County Sports Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 3 ever since we started promoting it. We've got 3 nominees for the future already. They saw ballots online, sent them in already. And we're talking baseball. We're looking at the head coach at Catawba College is from Newton Conover, Jim Gant. The head coach at Hickory High School, David Kraft, longtime coach there, well over 400, close to 500 wins. Frank Pate, who we just had on. I'd have to go back and look at the number of wins, but to take Division II college team and 2 junior college teams to the heights that they have done. They're all those guys. We talk about baseball, wing of the Catawba County Sports Hall of Fame. All are certainly well-deserving.
Yep. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. Stay dry. Rain's in your future. For Rembert and I, he'll be 50 in a day. We'll be here tomorrow.
3.5 days.
3.5 days. Have a great day.
School.
I'm sorry. Great night. We'll see you. Hey, no, I forgot to get a school count. How long for the kids?
3.5.
3.5 days?
3.5 days.
Wow. You're going to be jumping for joy.
Friday, 11:30.
There you go. Have a good one. We'll see you. Wow, I made that work.
You did. That was amazing. I was just